You spoken to Daniel since the defeat?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't spoken to Daniel or my dad since March, and that's a while now. So he's a quitter. He busted his, I don't know, man. Boxing is so crazy. Like, there's people who get in the ring and they stay in the ring, and God forbid, and it's so terrible, but they.
Caroline Dubois didn't hold back at all. She absolutely tore into her brother, calling his performance a disgrace after losing to Usyk again. She's furious, saying Daniel lacked heart, killer instinct, and let the family name down. Fans are split, but her words have set off a storm of controversy in the boxing world. And just when you think Caroline's done, she flips the script by praising Usyk in the most savage way possible.
Obviously, there's no pretend. The man is supremely talented, but time and season is everything in the sport.
Caroline doubled down. She's in awe of Usyk's brilliance, calling him phenomenal, while slyly shading Daniel for failing twice. Her praise for Usyk makes Daniel look even worse in fans' eyes. She's basically saying Usyk's greatness exposed her brother's lack of grit and championship mentality. The gloves are off, even within the Dubois camp.
Usyk is a phenomenal fighter, phenomenal athlete. To move up in weight, to become undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight, that speaks of his talent. You know, you can't fake that, you can't make that.
Dave Allen didn't sugarcoat it, calling Daniel a quitter on live camera. He mocked Dubois, saying he walked past Usyk like nothing happened yet still surrendered. Brutal. Fans are now questioning Dubois' fighting spirit. Did he mentally check out when the heat got real? It's hard to defend him after this.
Completely fine. I think, and you know what, it's horrific to say I've quit. It's not horrific to say I'm quit. I'm chairman of the quit committee. I'm top quitter, I guess. Anyway, he quit, yeah, he did.
Chisora went in hard, slamming Dubois for quitting and accusing his camp of failing him. He's saying the stage was set for Daniel to take glory, yet he crumbled when it mattered most. Fans are eating this up, some siding with Chisora, others defending Dubois. But one thing's clear, this loss has lit a firestorm in British boxing. And just when you think it can't get more heated, Chisora doubles down with a raw warning for Dubois.
Yeah, man, they quit. I don't understand. You know, they were supposed to train him different. They did not. I mean, like, it's big time. It was set for him to win it. You know, it was set for him to win it. You know, when I went to graduate, they say, how you feel? You know, Don Child goes to me, oh, go suck your best friend's dick. I'm like, okay.
This was pure old school Chisora, telling Dubois straight up that champions train and think like killers. No excuses, no soft mentality. Fans went wild over his no-nonsense advice, while others questioned if Dubois even has that killer DNA. Was Derek exposing a truth we all avoided? Or is this just tough love from one warrior to another? Meanwhile, Russ Amber took a very different angle, pointing out why age isn't slowing Usyk down one bit.
Someone that's going to be remembered for the rest of history. Take your hat out to him, that's all you can do. Just now. Oh, shit!
This was pure old school Chisora, telling Dubois straight up that champions train and think like killers. No excuses, no soft mentality. Fans went wild over his no-nonsense advice, while others questioned if Dubois even has that killer DNA. Was Derek exposing a truth we all avoided? Was Derek exposing a truth we all avoided? Or is this just tough love from one warrior to another? Meanwhile, Russ Amber took a very different angle, pointing out why age isn't slowing Usyk down one bit.
No, I thought it could be dominating. I thought he was doing the things that I think Dubois did what I expected him to do, and Usyk did what I expected him to do. You know, he controlled, moved, waited, but then he started landing hard.
Eddie Hearn summed up what everyone saw, but his words cut deeper for Dubois fans. He acknowledged that Dubois started strong, bringing the same early aggression we saw against AJ. But Usyk, ever the tactician, absorbed it and then turned the tables. Hearn's breakdown exposed the fight for what it was, a mismatch in mental toughness and championship pedigree. He called it unbelievable how Usyk handled not just Dubois but also AJ and Fury twice each, underlining the Ukrainians' dominance in this golden heavyweight era. For Daniel, this hurts. He's now just another name on Usyk's hit list, another fighter who believed he had the blueprint to win, only to be dismantled systematically. Fans on social media are echoing Hearn's analysis, saying Dubois lacked adaptability and crumbled the moment Usyk switched gears. Some are even questioning whether Dubois' camp overestimated his readiness for such a stage. This wasn't just a loss, it felt like a public stripping of any illusions about Dubois being elite.
Usyk was under pressure in the first round because Dubois comes out fast like he did against AJ, and if he catches you, you're in trouble. And I think just after that, he just decided basically, I'm not going to go on the back foot anymore. I'm going to take the fight to Dubois. And he just kind of beat him up. And obviously stops him. I mean, he's beaten AJ twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice.
Martin Baccola's words hit like a jab to Dubois' pride. Long before the fight, Baccola predicted Dubois wouldn't survive past round 5, and he was dead right. Tonight, it wasn't just a prediction, it felt like prophecy fulfilled. Baccola's analysis wasn't just about one fight. He exposed what many fans had suspected. Dubois struggles to go deep in the trenches. The young Brit may have power, but when forced into a grueling battle, he fades. For Usyk, this wasn't even his toughest challenge. It was another surgical dismantling of a man who talked like a contender, but crumbled like a prospect. Fans online are ruthless. Some are praising Baccola's foresight, others accusing him of rubbing salt in Dubois' wounds. But boxing is no place for sympathy. Dubois now carries the 5-round fighter label, a curse for any heavyweight hoping to rise again. The question looms, can he ever rewrite his narrative, or will this loss define him forever?
Congratulations to Usyk, amazing. No one was expecting that, but I said it before the fight. I said Dubois will get knocked out around 4 or 5. He will never pass 5 rounds. So because I said it, if he wanted to keep the same style that he fought with Usyk will knock him out easy. But if he changed some couple stuff, he would done well. But no, sorry to him, and it happened today. One punch in every can change everything.
Conor Benn set the boxing world on fire with this one, comparing Usyk to Muhammad Ali. For some fans, it's blasphemy. For others, it's the respect Usyk has earned. But let's face facts, Usyk isn't just winning, he's dominating in a golden era of heavyweights. He's outclassed Joshua twice, tamed Fury, and made Dubois look like a deer in headlights. Ben's point isn't that Usyk is Ali, but that his skill, discipline, and record put him in conversations reserved for icons. Meanwhile, this comparison is a dagger for Dubois fans. Instead of celebrating their man stepping up, they're left wondering if Daniel was ever meant for this stage. The optics are brutal, Usyk's being likened to the greatest ever, and Dubois is trending for all the wrong reasons: quitter, exposed, not elite. Boxing fans are split, half in awe of Usyk, half furious at the Ali talk. But one thing's clear, Usyk's legacy is growing while Dubois' career teeters on a knife's edge. And when Lennox Lewis spoke, his words felt like a final verdict on Usyk's greatness.
Phenomenal, best heavyweight there is currently, and I don't see anybody beating him.
Is he as good as Muhammad Ali? It's not a crazy thing to say, I don't think, at this point.
The thing is, you can't really do the comparisons. Do you know what I mean? But I do think he's one of the best currently now to do it.
Who do you want to see Usyk fight next, or just sail off?
He can sail off into the sunset, and he's done everything. Do you know what I mean? He's phenomenal fighter, man. You're watching him, I'm just watching him, I'm going, oh my God. Like, that's God-given talent.
When Lennox Lewis praises your performance, it hits different. The Hall of Famer called Usyk unbelievable and praised his flawless execution. From counter-punching to ring movement, Lennox saw a master at work. It's high praise from a man who knows what true heavyweight dominance looks like. For Dubois, this feels like yet another humiliation. While Lennox applauds Usyk's technique, Dubois' effort barely registers. Fans are now comparing Daniel to Usyk in the most brutal way possible. One is a generational talent, the other a fighter who wilted when the spotlight burned hottest. The comments online are savage. Dubois couldn't land a jab to save his life, and he looked like a sparring partner. Lennox's approval of Usyk reinforces what's becoming undeniable. There's levels to this game, and Dubois isn't close. Now the boxing world is asking, can Dubois even come back from this? Or has Usyk broken him mentally and physically for good?
Yeah, listen, he was unbelievable. He was on form today. He boxed great. He did the right things. He was counter-punching, and he was moving well, and he wasn't getting caught. And he started off with a jab, so what can you...
Caroline Dubois would probably nod in agreement here. Don Charles, left completely speechless, mirrors what so many fans felt watching Daniel crumble in round 4. Caroline's earlier comments about disgrace hit harder now. She warned that her brother lacked the fire needed to survive at the top level, and Don Charles' stunned silence proves it. The shock isn't about Usyk's victory, it's about the way Dubois checked out mentally. Caroline's brutal honesty now feels like tough love, the kind of truth Daniel needs but won't accept. Fans online are siding with her, saying, at least Caroline has the guts to call it like it is. The trolling is relentless. Memes, tweets, even fellow pros questioning if Dubois should ever step back into a championship ring. Caroline's stance has sparked debate, but there's no denying she's voiced what the boxing world is whispering. Daniel didn't just lose, he quit. Hamza Sheeraz then hammered the point home, crediting Usyk's killer instinct while indirectly throwing shade at Dubois.
I'm speechless. I usually got a lot to say. I'm speechless. The fight ended in round 4, and we got conned out.
Hamza Sheeraz's praise for Usyk highlights what Caroline Dubois has been screaming from the rooftops. Usyk is a fighter with heart and hunger, qualities her brother sorely lacked in the ring. Sheeraz noticed it all fight week. Usyk's killer aura, his focus, his refusal to leave anything to chance. Now compare that to Dubois. Fans are piling on, saying Caroline was right to call Daniel a disgrace. Her words hit differently because she's family. If she's willing to call him out, how can fans be expected to stay loyal? Sheeraz's respect for Usyk also doubles as indirect criticism of Dubois' mental fragility. Caroline's side of the story now dominates online discussions. Supporters say she's being a realist, holding Daniel accountable. Haters call her disloyal. But one thing's certain, she's ignited a firestorm that's turned Dubois' loss from just another defeat into a full-blown reputation crisis. Dave Allen wrapped it up with perhaps the most damning statement yet, calling Usyk the best of our generation while burying Dubois.
Parker's deserved his shot. I think Parker should get a world title fight regardless, even if Usyk vacates the belts.
Hands off. Usyk fought like a heavyweight, not a cruiserweight in there tonight.
Yeah, no, he did. He stood on business, man. He stood on business and he said he was going to knock Dubois out, and he done exactly.
Dave Allen's brutal honesty perfectly echoes Caroline Dubois' rage. He called Daniel poor tonight, refusing to sugarcoat what everyone witnessed. A young fighter out of his depth, unable to rise when it mattered most. Caroline's earlier label of disgrace has aged like fine wine. Fans are now replaying her interview, praising her for saying what needed to be said. Online trolls are ruthless, meme after meme mocking Dubois' aim done moment, while Caroline's fierce criticism is now the rallying cry for those demanding accountability. Dave Allen cemented the narrative Usyk is greatness personified. While Dubois has been exposed, Caroline's side looks vindicated. Her brutal assessment wasn't out of malice, but born of frustration at watching her brother fail to show the grit that makes champions. The Dubois name, once promising, now feels like it carries an asterisk.
He's the best of our generation by far. He has to be. He's beat everybody. He's literally beat everybody. You could say he's not beat Wiley. You could say a time was still to come. Parker. He's beat everybody. Daniel Dubois, for me, Daniel Dubois was poor tonight. I know we're not getting onto that yet, but he was poor tonight. But he's beat Fury twice. He's beat Joshua twice. He mopped up at cruiserweight. He's done it all. Yeah, there's nothing really much else to add. He's one of the best of all.
Caroline Dubois' explosive comments have left the boxing world split right down the middle. Was she out of line for calling her own brother a disgrace? Or was she the only one brave enough to say what everyone else was thinking? After Daniel's collapse against Usyk, it's hard to argue with her. This wasn't just a loss, it was a psychological surrender on the biggest stage of his career. Caroline's words, harsh as they were, reflect the frustration of fans who watched a man with all the physical tools simply fail to show the mental grit required at world level. And while Usyk's brilliance deserves all the praise, it does raise a brutal question about Daniel. Does he even belong among the elite? Usyk broke him down, exposed his weaknesses, and forced a quit that no champion ever wants on their record. Social media is ablaze with Caroline's supporters calling her a realist and trolls mocking Daniel with memes and gifs of him turning his back in the ring. Yet some think she crossed the line, questioning whether public humiliation helps a fighter recover or only deepens the scars. close. But Caroline's supporters argue this tough love is the only thing that might save Daniel's career. As the dust settles, one thing's clear. If Dubois doesn't address the mental fragility Caroline exposed, his future at heavyweight will stay in ruins. So the question is, can he ever bounce back and silence both his sister and the haters? Or has Usyk's masterclass written the final chapter of Daniel's story? Do you stand with Caroline Dubois for speaking the truth? Or was she wrong to bury her brother so publicly? Sound off in the comments and join the firestorm.